Hello, I'm Mr. Miller,
Mr. Hughes.
and I'm the second and third year instructor here at Beatty Career Center.
I'm the first year instructor here at AWA Career Center for the HVAC program.
Yep. I have been here for over 30 years. I started out here as a student in the program years and years ago. From there, I left here, went to work for John Electric Corporation right out of high school. There, I went into the interconnect companies, basically installing their school and phone systems. Also got into worked out the local 5 electricians union. And from there, I came back here to teach after that. I still have a mechanical and electrical business that I run for the last 30 years.
I'm Mr. Hughes, and I've been here at Beatty for 22 years now. And the last 11 years I've been teaching with the HVAC program for the teacher for the first year students. I started here as an instructional assistant, and when the increase of students started coming, they asked me if I wanted to get a job and start doing teaching. I said, sure, give it a shot, see what happens. But my past, I've done state inspection was twice a month, twice a year. I did steel mill work, I did carpentry work, I've done all kind of different jobs throughout my whole lifetime. And this is where the money's at. So the skills that you learn here in the HVAC program is we have, as a first year, you start out doing power tools. So you learn about the different types of power tools and how to use them in a proper way and safe. And then we go into plumbing, and we learn all the different aspects of plumbing, from going from the welding to soldering to learning how to install with PVC pipe, ABS pipe, and the different types of gas lines to install on it. Then we go into electricity. We do all the basic understanding of the different types of voltages, going from 24 volts to 240 volts, because that's what you need for an air conditioning and furnace system on it. And we learn about the different types of going into for the sheet metal. And you start learning about your basics on the sheet metal functions on it before you go into the more with the second year and third year for it.
The shop's set up so that you learn some about heat pumps, you do air conditioning, you're doing furnaces. We have a designated electrical area just for doing electrical wiring to understand how to put it all together. Mr. Hughes' designated area just for doing all the plumbing and brazing and soldering and everything we do with that. We have a separate welding area that we use. You learn the basics of welding. You're not going to walk out of here with welding certifications, but you're going to walk out of here knowing safely how to use the welder. We have oil furnaces set up in here also that you'll be learning how to use. Along with the fact that in previous years, we've also done a modular home where you've gone out and taken all the different things, including the sheet metal, and going out and working the home. Will we do that in the future? Absolutely. When the students graduate from here, they have different avenues they can go to. Some of them decide they want to go into schooling. Usually we recommend something like CCAC because they cover a good bit that they can go directly to work from here. So going to a paid school doesn't really make a lot of sense for a lot of these students because they have a lot of the skills coming out that need to be employed. The majority of our students go directly to work. They go directly to work for local companies, some of the bigger companies, some of the smaller companies, but anywhere from sheet metal to plumbing companies to heating and air companies. Now from that also, we have right now, I believe, about 5 students that are already employed. So while they're in here as students, they're already working for companies. Some of the jobs we got for them, some of the jobs they got on their own, some of it's family-based, but basically they're already working coming in to add something to the program to the students because they can talk with the other students and tell them about what they're learning in here. It directly relates to what they need when they graduate. Now the other thing too is that as for going back to employment, we also have several students over the past few years that end up in the trade unions, whether it's the sprinkler fitters, the electricians, the sheet metal workers union, or the steam fitters. So we've had multiple students go to work for them, along with them going some along to do a little bit more schooling. We've had students end up in the gas utility companies and also in the power companies. So the thing is, though, it gives you a very good basis on where to go to from here. More additional schooling is required if you're going into a specific trade, but you have enough to leave here to go to work directly in the industry.